I spend a lot of my life these days in a room, mentally in a room with the door closed. So if you see rooms or room dimensions in my pieces, it's kind of me speaking to that kid that I was, back when I was 6 or 7. My name is Bryant Giles, and I'm an artist currently living in Chicago. The membrane to my artwork started as myself. So I would just sit and look in the mirror, just draw myself. Turn a page, draw myself, turn a page, draw myself, turn a page. And then what I would do is I would go on the train or the bus and I would turn the page, draw someone, turn the page, draw someone, turn the page, draw someone. And then it got to the point where I'd studied so many people and studied so many faces and memorized so many different features. And it's like mental pictures. I honestly don't have many friends. Like I don't really like talking to too many people. I like to keep my life kind of enclosed and private. I was kind of antisocial as a kid. Like I didn't speak to kids or anything. And I was in my room and I talked to myself a lot. I found that being a way that was for me to get things off my chest, like good or bad, I hold my family really close though. That's something I didn't hold very close before, but I do now. What my grandparents used to do is they used to buy big poster boards because he worked in a factory, so he would just bring poster boards home and I would just fill them out, like with the whole storyline, I wish we still had them. Just fill them out and just throw it, and then do another one and just throw it and just throw it. And I would talk to myself the whole entire time while making it and watch TV and Power Rangers, Dragon Ball Z used to be on the TV. I tried to do different things, I tried to be more figurative, but I always had more to say than just a figure in the middle of a white space. I think with hair, it's too personal. So I try to make all my studies of people or all my memories of people bald. That way it's identifiable. You can identify with someone who isn't too specific. When I went to art high school, my graphic design teacher told me that graphic design wasn't that expressive. She told me, people aren't gonna hire you if you're doing this. And when I was told that, I was like, damn, I'm kind of in a dead position. So what I started doing was started posting my art even more and working even more. Like in high school, I would use the scanner at the school. I would use their laptop, their Photoshop, or I would just go through the closets of the other conservatories and just play with that stuff. Sometimes I would steal it and take it home and temper with it and see. That's mainly what it was. I was borrowing supplies a lot. And I used it to make my own work instead of doing my assignments. I wasn't really a good student, I guess. It's funny because when it came to getting into painting and drawing, I applied to be in the painting and drawing portion of my school, and I didn't get in. I got into graphic design instead. When I first moved out, I was 16, 15. I don't think I ever came back home after that. And I survived off of art. I was designing clothing for designers and stuff, getting paid terribly. I felt comfortable when I had $0 in my account. I actually still do this. I'll empty out my spending account for a week or two and survive off of $10 for the week. And this was completely unhealthy and toxic. I would go to Barney's, and just buy like the most expensive thing, you know, and just completely empty out my account on purpose so I could like create better work. And I felt justified doing it. I don't know why I did it, but it made sense to me at the moment. It felt good artistically to go back to nothing. December 2017, I was coming into 2018 and I was thinking to myself, like, what now? You know, I was in Japan, I was like, what now? What else do I have to say next? You know, and I said, a tour is the answer. And then I came up with causes of nothing while I was on the plane. My tour before that was called Evolution Backwards. And the reason I titled it Evolution Backwards was mostly like focusing on the trials and tribulations in which we go backwards as people and how we don't address them. Whether they be our sins or whether they be things we're just not proud of, period. I wanted to address those things. Causes of Nothing was more so fixated on how much we feel that we have done versus how much we really have done, and it's really nothing, you know. In the grander scheme of things, a lot of things that we're doing today will mean nothing in the future. So it's the causes of nothing, you know. The act of thinking something is more than what it is.